Everything sports culture. Sports, sounds, and sneakers. And now, Sports Rap Live. Pat Rapp, Andrew Martinez, and DJ God.
You're hot.
Welcome to Sports Rap Live, everybody. We are live from the Junction Bar Grill, 160 West Gray in the shadow of downtown Houston. Of course, home of the H-Town Sneaker Summit that is right around the corner at Reliance Center on Sunday, January 29th. And Kadoma will be by later, as always, for our Sneak of the Week. And he's going to give away 2 tickets during his segment in the 9 o'clock hour. Of course, if you want to get in on any of the sports action tonight, you can do so at 713-212-5790. And please be nice to Bob. He takes good care of us, so we want you to take good care of him. And make sure we sound good tonight as we take you around the world of sports, sounds, and sneakers. And we will open up the rap sheet with a look ahead at this weekend's NFL Championships and break down each game along with our Super Bowl predictions right here on Sports Rap Live. And 45 minutes from now, we're going to get into the Martinez Report and start looking ahead to March Madness and the Final Four with Phife Dawg from A Tribe Called Quest. Of course, Phife is bringing his Phife's 5 tonight on the hotline. He is our special correspondent. Hey, then we're going to wrap it all up at the end of our show with the bad rap. And if you have a bad rap that you want to share with us from around the world of sports, or you know what, hey, it might be from real life. If you've got a bad rap that you want to share with us, call in at 713-212-5790. And the rap sheet tonight is brought to you by Your Name Here. If you want to sponsor the rap sheet, email me at sportsraplive@gmail.com. And that's rap with 2 P's. Why is that, Andrew?
Because 2 P's are better than 1.
That's what my mama always told me. Hey, you can also follow us on Twitter at Sports Rap Live. Of course, we're getting close to our big milestone as far as followers on Twitter. So if you're listening right now, jump on your phone, jump on your iPad, your laptop, whatever it may be, and follow us at Sports Rap Live, and that's rap with 2 P's. But we got to jump right into it in the rap sheet, guys. And we're going to look ahead to the AFC and NFC Championship weekend. Let's start with the AFC. Of course, Sunday night we were in the studio at the Mothership on Sports Talk 790 right after the game as Baltimore takes down the Texans on Sunday and advances to the AFC Championship game in New England this Sunday. And Andrew, I'm going to start with you. Do the Ravens stand a chance against a motivated Brady and Darth Belichick?
Yeah, they stand a chance. I mean, they've made it this far for a reason. I think that they're going to lose, but I think they definitely stand a puncher's chance, mostly because you look the last time they played the playoff game together, these two teams got together, it was pretty much Ray Rice delivering a 1-2 knockout punch with the run game, and then the defense did a pretty good job from there. If they can make this somehow a low-scoring game, I think they definitely have a chance. I don't think they will. I think the Patriots are just too hot right now that their offense can't be stopped. And if you can pass the ball against the Patriots, you can exploit their weaknesses. And I don't think Flacco right now is hot enough to exploit those weaknesses.
Well, Flacco is catching a lot of heat. He's kind of having a Mark Sancho situation going on right now with some teammates, some in-locker room stuff.
Right.
Bun, how do you feel about Baltimore after their performance, and especially on offense against the Texans on Sunday, going into New England against the Patriots?
Well, I think with the dissension that's going on inside of the locker room right now, you have to wonder how much that's going to come into play mentally for this quarterback, Joe Flacco. For those that don't know, Ed Reed made some comments this week, saying basically, to make a long comment short, that Flacco could not control his offense and that he could not really put this game away, which I think anybody watching this game, noticed. I mean, I'm a Houston Texans fan, of course, but we did have some opportunities that we gave away to the other team, but at the same time, they couldn't run away with those opportunities. And going into, Foxborough, I think this is going to pose a serious problem for them. I think that, Tom Brady coming off of last week, I think he's going to be, feeling pretty confident about himself. And when you got a confident Patriots team, you have a dangerous Patriots team.
Well, not only that, Tom Brady, of course, he exudes confidence. Anybody that can wear Ugg boots in public, hey, you got to have some confidence going on.
Well, any man.
Any man, that's right, exactly. You got to exude confidence. But this defense that shut down, of course, it was Tim Tebow, and they stepped up against the Broncos and shut the church doors, the Church of St. Tebow doors, once and for all last weekend as they roll 45-10. But I want to know, will they be able to keep Ray Rice at bay like the Bulls on Parade did?
No, I don't think so. I mean, Andrew was just talking about how the last time they met, this defense couldn't control or contain Ray Rice. And I don't see them really being a problem against him. I don't think the run game is going to be the problem. I think it's going to be the air game for the Ravens. But I don't think Ray is going to be able to put enough, numbers down, rushing in this game to put it like this. Ray Rice can't outrun what Tom Brady's going to throw, quite frankly.
I think the passing game makes the run game a problem because when you start to get behind in the game, you start to overcompensate, and then that's when you look at the numbers afterwards and you realize Ray Rice didn't get enough touches, and it's because they're playing from behind, and that's what happens in their losses. I think that if you go look at their last matchup where they played a team that was similar to this, you look at the San Diego game, they got completely blown out. Why? Because they couldn't keep up, and Ray Rice's numbers suffered. So I think the run game's going to suffer, but it's not because they can't run the ball. It's because they choose not to run the ball because they're trying to get back into the game.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you on that one. I really think it's going to be up to Gronkenstein. He's going to be the major X factor in that game. Aaron Hernandez, I see him getting his passes and everything, but it's really going to come up to Gronkenstein. That is their number one go-to guy. Ocho Cinco's going to get his one play in there.
Maybe as a kicker. We saw Brady as a punter.
You might get a field goal with that with Brady on there, but I think the Ravens' main goal is to find a way to shut down those tight ends and those routes that they're running. But I mean, it's a pretty tough task to do.
Well, and the Texans did a great job containing Ray Rice and basically, not giving up a sack against that vaunted Ravens defense. Now, this vaunted so-called Ravens defense is banged up, and we saw that with Ed Reed towards the end of the game there when he had to go up for a pass, and I wasn't sure that he was going to even make it for the next game this Sunday against the Patriots. The way it looked when he was walking off the field, being helped off the field, I thought he was done, and apparently he says he's good to go, but there's a lot of guys on that defense that have some gray in the beard. They're long in the tooth, and I'm curious to see how they match up against Wes Welker and Hernandez,
Deion Branch, who's all of a sudden had a revitalization of his career, and Gronk and Danny Woodhead, and on and on and on.
This is going to be a tough battle and a big hill to climb for the Baltimore defense.
I think it's going to be a big exposure game for Ray Lewis because you look at putting a linebacker on these tight ends, it's impossible for almost any good defensive player that's a linebacker. When you take someone like Ray Lewis, he's a great guy against the run and rushing the passer, but is he going to be able to rush the passer when he sees that tight end that he just chipped right now is running down the field wide open? I mean, it's almost impossible for anyone, and much less Ray Lewis. I think really this might be one of Ray Lewis's worst games of the season, just because that matchup against not just one tight end, but two of them, it's pretty much impossible, Adam, to keep up. So I think Ed Reed is going to be picked on constantly. I think his speed and his age are going to show.
Well, and Ladarius Webb, he's one bright spot in that defense. Of course, he had a huge game, Bun, against, that is Bun B, the Trilogy, of course.
Absolutely.
Joining us here on Sports Chat Live. Ladarius, he had a field day against a rookie quarterback like T.J. Yates. Well, Tom Brady ain't no rookie. So do you think that they're going to go pick on Ed Reed and make Ladarius Webb make the plays?
They're going to have to play some serious defense because you got to keep in mind that Brady's not going to be holding on to that ball as long as our quarterback was holding on to that ball. That ball's going to go somewhere. And he's got a lot more options, honestly, than we have as far as receivers and tight ends go. And the coverage is going to be a lot harder, for these guys than it was for us. No disrespect to our team, but it's just, I think everybody understands that the Patriots have a lot more weapons on offense. And it's not going to be as easy for them to contain them this week. I mean, they couldn't touch our quarterback at all. You know what I'm saying? And we have you know, who I like to feel is the top offensive line, you know, going. That being said, the Patriots line is definitely top 5 in the league. And they're very used to protecting him, and I think, you know, the frustration with that front four last week showed on the Ravens, you know. And I don't want to get into it about gray hairs and a beard, because I got a couple of gray hairs and a beard. But you know, experience, you know, and practice and working hard and that ethic will only get you so far.
Well, one thing we're not going to see from Tom Brady that we saw in the second half from T.J. Yates was staring down receivers.
Right.
Okay, now I think T.J. Yates got a little too comfortable against that defense, and in the first half really got Andre Johnson going. So you're not going to see that from Brady. You're not going to see the mistakes that T.J. made when Gary Kubiak gave him a little more rope. Slowly as the game went along, he gave him a little more rope, and then eventually he went David Carradine.
Yeah, and he's not going to miss the, you know, Brady's not going to miss those guys like TJ missed on a couple of those routes. There were a couple of times where you go back and look at that game, Walters was kind of open out in the backfield. So, you know, one time he was open by almost 20 yards. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that's the kind of read that Tom Brady will never, ever miss. You know what I'm saying? So any of those opportunities that pose themselves to this, you know, this Patriots offense, they're going to take full and total advantage of it. And I just don't see Flacco being able to take full and total advantage. Now, keep in mind, I don't think the Patriots defense can put as much pressure on him as our defense did, but I still think that he's going to go into this game a little bit shook. You know, it's basically because of the fact that I don't think that team really believes in him this week.
Yeah, well, it's apparent with some of the guys coming out already before the game's even been played, and they're questioning their quarterback. We got to go down the line before we go to our first break. Gons, predictions on this game in the AFC for the championship on Sunday.
I'm gonna get with the Patriots, man. I just got a feeling that Ugg Boots and Vader, they're gonna make it happen.
He said Ugg Boots and Vader.
They're gonna make it happen.
Tom Skywalker and Darth Belichick. Yes, all right. Bun, what do you have as far as our prediction goes?
I'm gonna call it, man. I'm thinking it's 35-13 Patriots. You know, I think, and you know, the first half is going to be kind of slow as people tend to figure out who's going to play whose game. But at the end of the day, you know, Belichick is an incredible coach. You love him or hate him. You know what I'm saying? He's going to pull it out. I got a really strong feeling that he's going to pull it out, and he's in home too, so it's even more in his court.
Gillette Stadium. That's right, Andrew.
I've got to go with the other two fellows here. I think it's going to be Patriots on a walk. I think that it's just going to be too little, too late for the you know, the Ravens. They just don't have the offense. They just don't have the offense to keep up. So we'll see.
That's right. Hey, but Joe Flacco's got a dirty mustache. That's what we know.
And trust me, there's going to be all kinds of controversy on Monday morning for those Ravens fans talking about wacko Flacco.
That's right. All right, I'm going to take the Patriots. So it's the clean sweep here at the table, and we got to take a break. So you guys stick around. When we come back, we're going to talk NFC and much more right here on Sports Rap Live on Sports Talk 790.
Yep.